How many times you've heard these statements from your spouse? It was my worst decision to get married to you. You are good for nothing. You are selfish. You never understand me. You are hopeless. And whatnot. Few more statements like this. Well, don't worry. Most of the couples who do not understand the principles of marriage, they struggle with this. In fact, I have struggled with it for quite a long time, more than 5-6 years. Then I got into coaching and I started learning it. In my experience, these are the 5 major mistakes which most of the couples do. But rather than explaining it from a theoretical point of view, I will take you through one of the case studies of my client with whom I was helping. So just let me give you some basic background of who they were. The husband used to work in Infosys with 15 plus years experience, and wife was working in Wipro with around 11 years of experience. And they had 2 kids. One was around 7 years and another kid was of, I think, 5 years, 5 or 4 years somewhere down the road. So that was the whole scenario, and both were having a hectic schedule. They used to stay in Bangalore, and when they met me up, every single discussion was leading to an argument. There was a lot of stress into their home. Though they were staying under one roof, but they were staying separately mentally and emotionally. There was no happiness in the marriage. It was draining them out. The fun was missing, the excitement was missing, and it was also taking a toll in their career. And that's why they contacted me on LinkedIn, and I started helping them out. So it's a big case, by the way, so I cannot explain in a small video, but I'll give you simple 5 mistakes which they were doing. And if you are doing this right now, avoid it, you can save your marriage. Number 1, the first mistake they were doing was they could not understand each other's personality. Well, it is not something that you can understand in a gut. There's a proper training which I do. So what I did was, the first step when I saw this error, they were not able to understand each other's personality. So step number 1, I took them through a psychometric assessment, career impact assessment, which is a huge 40-page report. And once that report came, I started coaching them through this. In 5 to 6 sessions, I showed them how their personality looked like. So husband was a detailed person, wife was an interactive personality. So it's a big thing which I was explaining them out. And then I started showing them what the way husband is communicating, even wife is not aware, and the way wife expects the communication, husband is not communicating. So needless to say, it started becoming a confusion, and it's a big subject. So this is mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, they could not identify the needs of each other. Well, this is a big curriculum which I train people. I train them in 8 human drives. So then I take them through a curriculum of around 6 weeks where I explain them 8 human drives. And once they understood the 8 human drives, there again, things which were driving the husband was not motivating the wife, and they could not understand what is the driving factor. So because of that, they were unknowingly rubbing each other in the wrong way, and it was creating irritation and friction. That was the mistake number 2. Mistake number 3, they could not understand the vertical alignment of marriage. Well, what is vertical alignment of marriage? It's a big subject in itself, but let me give you some basic explanation. See, most of the time when we have grown up let's say in India I have grown up, the culture which I have seen is parent first, kids second, and spouse third, and then whatnot. And this is exactly opposite what you need to do to live your marriage happily. To live a happy marriage, the priority has to be like this. Priority number 1, spouse. Priority number 2, kids. Priority number 3, parents. Why? Why is it like that? It's a big theory in itself, but let me give you some basic introduction. See, spouse is so important because if husband and wife are not united together, if they don't have the energy and compassion together, they cannot serve kids, they cannot serve parents. So it is very important to serve the spouse first, make it the priority number 1 in your life, and then go to the career in the 4th priority. And exactly the opposite is happening in present scenario. People have priority number 1 as their profession, priority number 2, kids or parents, then priority number 3, last priority is nothing is left, then comes the spouse. Under this condition, how do you expect your marriage will sustain? Impossible. And it takes a long time to align this vertical, And once it is aligned, you will see tremendous energy comes in it. So that's the mistake number 3. Mistake number 4, they do not understand each other's code language. Now you say, what code language? Well, the way a boy talks and the way a girl talks is totally different. And if they're not trained in this area, it will not work. Let me give a small example. So my wife will say, go and in the fridge, it is in front and you can collect it. The jam is on the, it is right in front of you, the jam is there. And I go to the fridge and I don't see where it is in front. So let me give an example. When a girl says it is in front, what it means is it is 180-degree radial view. It can be here also, it can be here also. When a boy says straight, it is actually straight. It is right here. So when both of them don't understand each other's code language, what happens? There is a fight. When my wife says me, go and bring this from the purse, I say, I surrender. Man, their purse has 20 pockets. My purse has 2 pockets. It's so easy to find out. See, this is a code language. Fifth mistake they do is they don't nurture the relationship. They don't nurture at all. It's like, when was the last time you said to your wife, I love you? I mean, a lot of people say, I told you the marriage time, that's enough. No, it doesn't work. You have to nurture the relationship consistently. And when couple stop nurturing the relationship, the movie is over. These are the simple 5 mistakes which people do. Now my question to you is this. What was your biggest takeaway from this? And by the way, it's a very small video, you cannot understand. If you are struggling in your marriage right now, let me tell you, do not suffocate. The world is extremely beautiful. Only thing is, you have to be open, talk to somebody, drop me a message, I can help you out. My experience of 14 years in coaching people can help you come out of this trap. Do not neglect the stress of marriage. If it is there, it will impact each part of your life, whether it is career, whether it is your health, everything will be impacted once your marriage is in stress. So do not neglect it. Initially, it will start with small stress. Do not neglect the small stress. If you neglect the small stress, it will convert to a bigger stress. And once it goes to a bigger stress, you will see it is impacting all aspects of your life. Do not neglect it. It was great talking to you. In my next episode, I'll talk about other case studies. By the way, before I end, this case study, in 9 months, they were able to convert their marriage into happiness and they had a great married life right now. So you can do it too. It was great talking to you. And in the comment section, drop your major 3 takeaways from this video and what can you apply in your context. I'll look forward for your messages and I look forward for your comments to understand what is your learning from this video.